Lane Johnson's down for the year. Once again, the entire right side of the offensive line is down. It's not funny. I just don't know what else to do but to laugh here, guys, at the situation we keep putting ourselves in here. Things are going to get interesting. The way forward is not going to be easy. Let's have a little conversation about this, guys. What's up, Eagles Nation? What's going on, NFL world? How you doing, division rivals? This is Stephen Hyder with Gate City Sports Channel, the sports channel where the cerebral NFL fan comes for about 10 minutes of daily content. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whenever it is you get around to watching this. Once again, guys, my name is Stephen Hyder, and this is Gate City Sports Channel. Lane Johnson's down, man. I don't know what else to say about this, guys, other than maybe it's a good thing at this point, just because like the constant in and out of the lineup. I just felt like it was messing up. I felt like it was messing up the offensive line play. Listen, please don't mistake what I'm saying, guys. When Lane Johnson is healthy, he's one of the best right tackles in the league, if not arguably the best right tackle in the league. But he hasn't been healthy, and that's the problem. And I'm not an offensive line guy. I never really played the offensive line. Being a guy who has played some quarterback, I do understand a lot of the concepts when it comes to blocking. But my perception is this. Continuity among the offensive linemen is really freaking important. It's really important from my perspective of things. So when you keep having guys coming in and out of the lineup, it messes up the continuity, but just messes up the overall play. I know that the Eagles are really high on Jack Driscoll. So this is a guy they're going to want to see play reps at right tackle. I just really wish the Eagles would make some simple adjustments going into Seattle. I know this is wishful thinking, and by no means do I think it's going to happen, although I think it should happen. Move Jason Peters, for the love of God, back to right guard. He was okay for a couple games at left tackle. I thought he actually played well for a couple of games. And then last week, it was what he looked like before the injury, and he missed that period of time. He looked old. He looked slow again. Move him back to right guard, where, most of the analysts felt like this he's older than me, but most of the people felt like, Jason Peters was playing at a really high level at right guard. I think, move Jack Driscoll to right tackle. Move Jason Peters to right guard. And for the love of God, just stop the in and out of the lineup stuff. It's easier to hide a right guard than it is to a left tackle when you're coming in and out of the lineup. Just go ahead and play the big Aussie at left tackle. I mean, that's what I would do, is I would play Malata there. Have Malata at left tackle. Hopefully Isaac Suamalo is back healthy, so then you got your left guard, you got your center and Kelsey, Peters at right guard, and I would go with Jack Driscoll at right tackle. Personally, that's the way I would set this lineup. Then you got a couple of guys that you can have some confidence in. If you need to shift and move stuff around, you can play them. I don't know what to say, guys, other than, this has just been a disaster of a season for the offensive line in particular. But at least maybe over the next, 12, 13, 14, 15, 12, 13, 14, 15, 6 games here, guys, maybe we can get some continuity going along the O-line. If we get stupid lucky and somehow end up winning this division, and I'm not sold that we're going to win this division, to be quite frank about it, guys, but it's in the realm of possibility, that's for sure. At least if you get continuity along your line, maybe you can get lucky and win a game or so in the playoffs. It just feels like the entire approach this season has been really questionable. Making all these coaching staff changes when we knew everyone in the division was going to have to do it. So I kind of get what Doug was saying, which is I'd rather keep the guys I have, keep the continuity among the coaches. I didn't like some of them, guys. I was not a huge fan of either of the guys we let go. I didn't care about letting Groh go per se. And I thought Carson Walsh was one of the worst coaches I ever watched with my own eyes. But I get what he was saying. Everyone else is shifting and shaking things up. If we can keep the continuity, we're going to have a leg up with the unknowns going on with this season. Yeah, we probably would have had a major leg up. But instead, we brought in guys because we wanted to differentiate the offense a little bit, right? We wanted to bring in some pocket movement and things like that, some shifts and just movement offense in general, the Shanahan style of offense. And that's why we brought Scandrello in. Then we wanted fresh eyes on the situation, a guy that's a veteran coach. A guy there was 2 candidates out there. Jim Caldwell, who could have been in the same role that Marty Morningwig had, or Marty Morningwig. Which I think both of those guys are good candidates for the role that they're playing in this situation. But the execution has failed. We just haven't had time to do things. Like, we haven't had time to implement the offense. And now with the offensive line struggling, we don't have a lot of answers in terms of moving the pocket, right? The few things that we're designing in terms of showing teams movement from the receivers and stuff, it's the same movement repeatedly over and over again. It's not fooling anybody. There's a lot going on here, guys, but it is what it is at this point in the season, guys. I don't even know what else to say in terms of some of this stuff, guys. Like, let the young guys play, I guess. A lot more playing time, a lot more known here. We will have a pretty good idea of what we got going into next year. I think you got to play some of these guys. If not, we got to know what we're going to address in the draft. Like, yeah, it'd be great to have Lane Johnson back. Yeah, it'd be great to have Brandon Brooks back for 2021. We're cash strapped. Those two guys make a lot of money. If you can find answers, it's going to help you tremendously. I mean, I don't know, guys. I'm out of words. I don't know how to defend what's going on with this coaching staff this year, guys. It doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense for me from the front office perspective either. The only thing I thought we've done well is that we have kind of set ourselves up. I think we got some good young pieces at the receiver position. I still think we could use a piece in the wide receiver room. I think a veteran during the offseason, whether it's bringing back Marquise Goodwin, allowing him to come back after he took off the year for COVID, because we do still control his contract. That could be an answer there. But, I'm more concerned with the offensive line, though, than I am anywhere. People can be saying, like, yeah, but the quarterback play. Yeah, man, like, it's one bad year. Like, I'm more concerned about the contract surrounding Carson than I am the play. I think Carson can correct the play. It's just a matter of, like, the contract. And if Carson can't be a top-tier quarterback with the contract he's given and what's coming up in the future years, I know you can opt out after 2021, guys. There is a way of getting out of the contract, but if you don't opt out, you're paying a tremendous amount of your salary cap towards that player. So, like, we need answers there as well. I'm not going to lie about that. But I feel better at that situation than I do with the offensive line. Because you put a young quarterback behind this offensive line that we've seen this year, and it's going to be problems. I think we can go back to some of the original things that should have happened. Signing of Cordy Glenn. We worked him out. Why didn't we sign him? Is this really coming down to a matter of money? Like, do we really think that Jason Peters would have... Do we think Cordy Glenn would have been any worse than Jason Peters, honestly? He's a little younger. He's still big. He's still strong. You can still play him at guard or tackle. Like, there's a lot that went wrong this season, guys. We didn't really address the cornerback room. I would have been okay if we kept one of the guys that we had. Whether it was, no matter who you kept here, Sidney Jones, whoever. You should have kept one. You should have kept one. Rasul Douglas, one of those guys should have been kept. But the season is what the season is, and we're seeing the results of this stuff. There's a lot of roster construction that's going to have to occur, guys. And I don't think the offensive line is any exception here. I think that we're going to have to reconstruct this offensive line. We know we're going to probably need to figure out some answers at center and guard. I know they like Jack Driscoll a lot. Maybe he's the future right tackle. I don't know. I think the kid definitely needs to add some strength. I like the Aussie. I think Malata has played really well when he's given his opportunities, but they seem to be reluctant to give him those opportunities at times. So, I don't know, guys. That's all I got for y'all, man. Just let me know your thoughts down below. Once again, guys, Lane Johnson out for the season. All right, y'all. We end these videos. We do a little E-A-G-L-E-S. All right, y'all. Let's go, Eagles.